So one of the most frequent questions that I receive as the founder of B Revolution, a firm that helps companies earn the B Corporation certification, is why would someone want to become a benefit corporation legal entity while becoming B Corporation certified? That's as opposed to just staying a traditional corporation or being an LLC. So there are several reasons to become a benefit corporation, and I'll enumerate those for you here. So to understand what a benefit corporation is, it helps to juxtapose that with what a traditional corporation is. All corporations have something called fiduciary duties. Those are the duty of loyalty and the duty of care. Those also have something called the duty of good faith baked into each of those. As corporation law has evolved over the past 100 years, Delaware has been the leading court system for developing what fiduciary duties mean for corporations today. So some recent case holdings, namely Revlon and eBay, have defined for boards of directors of corporations what those fiduciary duties mean. In Revlon, the court held that in a sales scenario, a board of directors must accept the highest bid for the corporation. So, in other words, you must maximize profit for your shareholders when selling the corporation. In eBay, the court essentially said that in a day-to-day situation, not in a sales situation as was Revlon, but in a day-to-day situation, you can do as much good as you want to do within a traditional corporation as long as it is rationalized back to profit. So, in a nutshell, fiduciary duties in a traditional corporation come back to doing what is in the best interests of the shareholders. So the benefit corporation was created to get out of that framework where, in a very narrow and sometimes short-sighted fashion, you're focusing on generating profit in the short term so that businesses can pursue practices that are sustainable both financially and sustainable for the environment and for communities. So the benefit corporation allows businesses to do good for the sake of doing good, which arguably is not allowed in a traditional corporation. The benefit corporation legislation accomplishes that through a couple of key provisions, and I'll tell you about those here. The first is having a public benefit purpose, which means that the entity now has a purpose of actually doing good. It's not just a purpose of doing what's in the interest of generating profit in the short term, it's the purpose of doing good. That's for all benefit corporations. Benefit corporations also have the opportunity to identify a specific public benefit. So this is something unique to your business that you can identify with the help of an attorney to get great legal language that basically takes your mission and spells it out in a public benefit for your organization. So this serves as both a sword and a shield in the sense that it protects any decisions made in the pursuit of that purpose. It also gives investors the right to enforce that purpose. So it's both allowance and accountability for doing good. Finally, the benefit corporation legislation in almost all states requires the entity to report according to a third-party standard. This is designed to ensure that benefit corporations don't have publicly beneficial purposes that they're never following through on. So you have to report according to a third-party standard how you're performing with regard to that public benefit. B Corporation certification provides one such standard, and it's a very comprehensive set of metrics that allows you to communicate to your stakeholders the good that you're doing and to be rewarded for that. Thanks for your time.